Welcome back to my channel, guys. Big Sam back again with another video. Now listen, as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna be doing the 50 facts about me. I've never done this type of video, but I've always wanted to do this type of video because I feel like a lot of you guys watch me but you don't really know me like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I come here, I post videos talking about African parents, I post videos talking about what would you rather, I post all these types of videos, but you guys don't really know me. Like, what school did I go to, how did I grow up, did I do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was thinking, let me finally do this video and you guys get to know me a little bit more. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do this type of video and I think it's gonna be interesting. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video.
Drop that top in the summertime, baby. We can do SKR. Put it in slow, see which buttons we can press it up. Link me now, hold on. 50 pounds, split these pounds. That shit in a machine.
Fresh white airs, no dusty trainer. Clean drip.
Okay, so number one fact about me, guys. Anytime I go to a store or a shop or anywhere I go, I hate lines. If I find a line, I'm not going in, I'm going back home. Especially when the pandemic started, there was lines. So I go to a store that I go to normally. Every time when I go there, I just go inside, you know what I'm saying? But this time around, I go and I find people lining up outside. I said, I'm going back home. No matter how urgent the thing I need is, I am going back home. I'll come back on another day when there's no line because I just don't like lines. The thing is, I'm a patient person, but I just don't have patience for certain things. Like, there's no reason why we should be lining up at the store. Like, these are not the olden days, you know what I'm saying? So I do not wait in line at the bank, at the store, at the school, nowhere. I do not. I will go back home and come back another day early in the morning and we're good to go. Okay, so growing up, I loved watching TV. Like, TV was my thing. Like, I loved watching TV. Like, I would miss going to school just to watch TV, do you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give you guys some of the TV shows that I watched, like the TV shows, the cartoons, and some of the movies that were there while we was growing up, if that makes sense. So number one, there was like MTV Cribs. Like, I would watch MTV Cribs and it's like, people live in these houses. Like, these houses are massive. The house is starting from to the house is looking like Jerusalem, the whole of Jerusalem. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I loved watching MTV Cribs. I don't know, at some point I just stopped watching it. Another show that I used to watch, WWE. I have never seen a show that was so fake, but we watched it all the time. Like, my sisters were so obsessed with wrestling. They were so obsessed with John Cena, Batista, who else? Rey Mysterio, and like, there was just so many. And then there was these beliefs that Undertaker and Kane were brothers. It was just a whole thing. Like, it was a lie, but we believed the lie. The thing is, they were fighting, they were boxing each other, kicking each other from the top, hitting each other with tables, ladders, and chairs, and no one was really bleeding like that. Occasionally they would bleed. That's how I knew it was fake, because it's like, you're falling from the top and you're not injured. I don't know why we religiously watched WWE. It was just so fake. It was. And then another show was Pimp My Ride. You know, when people used to bring their old junk, dirty, used cars, old 1974 vehicles, then they'll bring them to Pimp My Ride and just make the whole car a brand. Like, to me, that was like, how did this 1974 colonial car start looking like a Mustang? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Pimp My Ride was one of the shows that I really used to watch. I watched it all the time. It came on Sundays, I think, and then over time I just stopped watching it. I don't know why. Another three shows that we had no business watching, like, I personally had no business watching, like Jersey Show, we had no business watching these shows. Like, we was too young to be watching these shows. When this show comes on, I knew personally that this show was not even for my age, because I was like around 10, 11, like, the show will literally tell you before the show started. It will say, this show contains strong language, nudity, and sex, and you'll be there just watching. Like, you need to turn off the TV. You are 10 years old. The show is PG-13, so only 13 years and above, and we're just there just watching it. So yeah, Jersey Show, and which other show? Another one we had no business watching, Cheaters. Like, that one, up to this time, I still think that for some reason it was fake, but I just loved when someone got caught cheating, and they'll be like, one guy will be like with his side chick in a restaurant, and he'll be eating, and then his wife shows up at the restaurant, and then she just starts kicking him, fighting him, tossing, passing, paka. Like, I just loved how intense Cheaters was. Like, I used to watch Cheaters all the time. I didn't care about the whole story of how I caught him, who he's been texting. I don't care about that. I just used to care about the fight. Like, boom. That's the only thing I cared about. Anyway, so another show that I liked watching was Catfish. It used to come on MTV all the time. I think it still comes on MTV, but Catfish, some of the people that used to get catfished on Catfish are very stupid. It's like, what makes you think Beyonce would be texting you? You're there thinking, oh yeah, I'm chatting to Beyonce and I'm gonna meet up with Beyonce, and then when you meet the person looks like gorilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, how damn were you to believe that you were actually talking to Beyonce? How? That's the only thing that used to surprise me about Catfish. Is like, you clearly see that this person is not Rihanna, this person is not Ariana Grande, this person is not Beyonce. They're using these celebrities' pictures, or they're using these people that are famous on Instagram, they're using their pictures to talk to you, and you believe it's them. How foolish could you be? It was really you. I didn't even feel sorry for some of them because it's like, you knew better. Okay, so now let's move on to some of the TV shows that you guys might have watched as well, because I feel like a lot of us in our teens, we therefore watched these movies. So there was Victorious. I therefore watched Victorious. I watched the whole thing, and then I watched it again on Netflix because Netflix brought back all the Disney shows and the Nick shows and all those shows that we used to watch while growing up. Netflix brought them back again. So last year I watched the whole of Victorious again. Like, what pissed me off about Victorious is like, it ended so abruptly, like from nowhere the show just ended, and it was a good show as well. Like, everyone liked watching it, like everyone used to tune in. It's like, I expected them to like kind of like graduate from high school, or kind of just to have some type of ending, if that makes sense. The show just stopped showing up, and it's like, I hate TV shows that do that. You know your TV show is good, and then all of a sudden you just don't want to finish the TV show. Like, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
What was the reason? I will say this about Victorious. So all the main characters in Victorious were very, very talented. But I will say, if there's one person that deserved more recognition than they get, beyond Thomas the Fed, guys, this guy was just so talented. At 13 years, 14 years, he was writing songs and producing them. I feel like he deserves more credit for being on that show, because he was carrying that show on his back. He was that song that was I don't go on the sky. No. He wrote that song at 13 years old, guys. Like, if that is not talent, then I don't know what you guys call talent. So yeah, the show was good, and that guy therefore deserved more recognition. Another show that I used to watch, Drake and Josh, but it wasn't really my favorite. Like, the theme song was probably my favorite thing about the whole show. And yeah, another show that I used to watch, guys, I used to love this show, Everybody Hates Chris. I used to watch Everybody Hates Chris all the time. His dad was always angry at something. Yeah, no, Everybody Hates Chris was my favorite show. Another show that I watched but didn't really watch was My Wife and Kids. I think Terry Crews was in his bag at the time when he was going up, because he was in a lot of things. He was in Everybody Hates Chris, like he was in a lot of shows that were popping at that time. So Terry Crews was in his bag. Okay, so another show that I used to find traumatizing and fake before we move on to the cartoons was 1,000 Ways to Die. Some of the deaths didn't make sense. Obviously, you can die from anything. Death is real, death is a real thing, but it's like some of the deaths didn't make sense. Like, how is money killing you? They will tell you that this person died because he was looking at the money too much, or he had too much money. Like, because I was giving it the side eye and saying, listen, this show is a bit suspicious, because how are you dying from having too much money? How? Yeah? Okay, so now let's move on to the cartoons, because I love cartoons. Like, I watch cartoons all the time. There was obviously Tom and Jerry. I watch Tom and Jerry all the time. Tom and Jerry is Asian. It will live forever and ever and ever and ever. Tom and Jerry, I can watch it today, tomorrow, next year. When I'm older, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, and then another one. This one wasn't my thing, but I used to watch it. Dragon Ball Z, Super Strikers. The football in Super Strikers was fake. I know it's a cartoon, obviously they'll exaggerate things and like, but it was so fake. It's like, how are you going all the way up in the air and kicking the ball and then coming back down? Like, that doesn't happen in real life. So I mean, I like Super Strikers, and then a little bit of Dragon Ball Z. I didn't really watch it like that. It wasn't really my thing. It was a cartoon that people used to watch while I was growing up. So yeah. Oh, another one, another cartoon, Ben 10. I don't know why, but I used to watch Ben 10 a lot. Was because of my nephew. Honestly, he's the one that used to put it on. Like, I used to be like, why are you putting this every day? Ben 10. I want to watch Ben 10. So I just ended up liking it. I like the theme song. Yeah, no, Ben 10 was Ben 10, Gwen and their grandpa. Oh, that cartoon was everything. Like, honestly, I'm having flashbacks right now, because I'm just like, I was really young watching these TV shows. Like, I was young. Okay, these ones are super childish. I didn't watch this one. I swear I didn't watch this one. I swear, guys, I didn't. Bob the Builder. Okay, maybe I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, guys. Like, I kind of like Bob the Builder. Okay, I know it was fake, but I watched it. Let's just admit, we all watched something that everyone now looks like, why did I watch that? Even this one, okay, this one I didn't watch it. Dora the Explorer, I didn't. I saw maybe 1 or 2 episodes. What I didn't like about that little bombastic girl Dora the Explorer is like, it was so fake, because how can you ask a question and then answer the same question? This is what Dora the Explorer used to do. She'll be like, guys, can you see the map? Yeah! I've never watched a show that's so childish. And it's like the producers really released that and said, okay, we're gonna release it for the kids to watch this. Okay, so now let's move on to the movies that were there while we were growing up. Like, I feel like these movies are ancient and they will live for as long as I know. That's what I'm gonna say. So, number one, The Gods Must Be Crazy. The Gods Must Be Crazy. I don't think the movie was made to be intentionally funny, but it was funny. Like, watching The Gods Must Be Crazy from start to finish, you just be dying of laughter. Like, everything about it was funny. Like, I've never watched a movie that I laughed all the way through. And we used to watch it on DVD and tape. You know you're too young if you can't remember DVDs and tapes. You would use that tape and just put it in that Life now is you just go on Netflix, search a movie that you want and watch it. Go on the YouTube, search a movie that you want, watch it. Life back then was you buy the DVD, take care of the DVD or the tape. You have like a shelf full of DVDs. Now you just put something in your flash drive. You can put movies in your flash drives and go. Like, these kids, they don't know the struggle of asking your friend like, hey, can I borrow this DVD? I'm gonna bring it back after 2 days. You borrow the DVD, watch it, and then people at your house want to watch it. And then you tell your friend, listen, I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna give it back to you. They don't even bring it back to you. These kids don't know the struggle. They don't know our struggle. They don't. Okay, so another legendary movie coming to America, obviously, Home Alone. I can watch Home Alone today, tomorrow, next. I will watch Home Alone. Like, I watch part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. Every year, I need to watch Home Alone at least once. Dennis the Menace, then Spy Kids. Obviously, I watched. Was it 2 or 3? Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 2. I think even Spy Kids 3. I watched all 3 of them. High School Musical. Okay, so this is the one thing about High School Musical. Let's all settle this down. Like, let's all talk about this. High School Musical sold as dreams that have never been dreamt before. It showed us so many dreams of high school, things that don't even happen in high school. Every day singing, taking your stuff to the local. Like, it's like, it was so unrealistic. High School Musical, they showed us so many dreams and thinking, oh, high school would be like this and that. And then now you get to high school, it's just a bunch of drama, just a bunch of so much unnecessary things that shouldn't even be happening, if that makes sense. So yeah, High School Musical was very the opposite of what happens in high school. Another show that a lot of you guys probably can remember that I remember very well watching was Let It Shine. You remember when the guy from Everybody Hates Chris was don't run away, don't run away from the truth, cause I'm not giving up. That time when the movie was released, that movie was everything, guys. I know the songs, I've just forgotten them. Which song was that? It's gonna be me, yeah. Anyway, that was my last TV show. So if you know any of the TV shows that I was talking about, please comment down below. You know what I'm saying? So the funny thing is, I don't even watch TV anymore. I hate watching TV. You will never find me watching TV. Like, that TV there, I don't even know how to turn it on. I do not know if you use the remote, if you use the plug-in, I don't know how to turn it on. Like, if you give me a remote right now, I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't watch TV. I just watch YouTube. So if you ask me about TV shows and movies and all of this stuff, I have no idea what you're talking about. Honestly, like, I've never watched it. I've never seen it. I've never... Nothing. Another funny fact about me, guys, I have only been to the cinema one time. I didn't grow up going to the cinemas. I just waited for DVDs and tapes to come out. So in my mind, I'm not used to going to the cinema to go and watch a movie. Like, movies have come out, Game of Thrones have come out, Black Panther came out, Aquaman came out. I didn't go. I've only been to the movie theaters once, and I think I need to start going there more, because it's like, I don't know, watching TV movies from like the big screen is just different with the popcorn and the drink, and it's a different experience. Another fun fact about me, guys, anytime I'm eating, I have to be watching something. I cannot eat food without watching maybe a TV show or a YouTube video or something. Like, I just can't get like food right now, and the food just doesn't taste the way it's supposed to taste when I'm not watching something, if that makes sense. So I would turn on a 2-hour movie just to eat food for 5 minutes. Another fun fact about me, guys, my phone always stays on silent. Okay, the world could be experiencing World War III, World War Sodom and Gomorrah, all kinds of wars. I don't care. My phone will always stay on silent. Don't think you're gonna be calling me at 5 a.m. and I'm gonna pick up. If you're in an emergency, call 911. I'm not picking up. If you're drowning, somebody's stealing you, your house is on fire, call the ambulance, because my phone stays on silent 24/7. I do not know what my ringtone sounds like. Phone calls are the only thing in my life that gives me anxiety. I'll see the phone ring and I'm thinking, why is this person calling me? What's wrong? What happened? Like, every time I see a phone call, and it's like, no, I shouldn't be thinking like that, but my mind automatically goes there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always just like, who's calling me? Are you trying to arrest me? Like, You get what I'm saying? So yeah, no, phone calls give me anxiety. I don't know why, but it needs to stop. Another funny fact about my phone, it's always low. Like right now in my life, I just cannot be bothered to charge this phone. It's always low. I don't know what my phone looks like on 100%. And the thing is that I'm so toxic to the point whereby it's like when my phone is low, it will warn me and tell me, oh, your phone is 20%, you need to put it on the charger. I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm not. My phone will warn me, phone is now on 10%. I'm not gonna listen to that. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, this is enough. I'm gonna watch some YouTube, I'm gonna watch some Netflix, I'm gonna OnlyFans watch it. So it's like by the time it's 2% and it goes off, I'm like, what do you mean? That 10%, 20% warning is not enough for me anymore. I need 2%, warn me that the phone is about to go. Then I'm gonna start running like Usain Bolt to find where the charger is at, and then I'm gonna plug it in. You get what I'm saying? And the worst part is, when it goes off, I'll put it on the charger and it will charge until 10%, then I'll unplug it and start using it, then it goes off. At this point, I'm the problem. Anyway, moving on. Okay, the last fact about me, guys. This one actually pisses me off because I'm angry about this, okay? So, I have never had a surprise birthday party in my life. No, I'm angry. Next year, I'm planning my own surprise birthday party. It's been how many years? Over 20 years. We need to do something about this. Next year, if I don't see any signs of a surprise party, if you guys don't tell me you're planning a surprise party for me, I'm gonna have to plan it myself. That's what I'm gonna do. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on Instagram as well. Everything will be down in the description box. I'll be seeing you guys in my next video.